global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. While the president is going, traveling around the world, touring the world, looking for investors, apparently, the president of the United States of America have decided to call out these 5 countries, Sideline in Nigeria and Bola Tinubu. Let's take a full dive into the news to find exactly what transpired and why Nigeria could have found themselves in this very dicey situation. We are looking for investors, and here we are being sidelined in a major deal that should favor us as a major market in the world. Well, before we go into the news proper, please subscribe to our channel, like, share this video. Now, according to the news, the U.S. President Donald Trump will host leaders from 5 African nations in Washington, D.C. next week to discuss commercial opportunities, a White House official said. Trump will Trump will host leaders from Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal for the discussion and lunch at the White House on July 9, the official said. Now, President Trump believes that African countries offer incredible commercial opportunities which benefit both the American people and our African partners, the official said, referring to the reasons why the meeting was arranged. It was reported earlier that Trump administration would hold a summit for the 5 countries in Washington from July 9 to 11th, 2025. The Trump administration has asked swept of U.S. foreign aid for Africa as part of a plan to curb spending it considers wasteful and not aligned with Trump's America First policies. It says it wants to focus on trade and investment and to drive mutual prosperity. On Tuesday, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the U.S. was abandoning what he called a charity-based foreign aid model and will favor those nations that demonstrate both their ability and willingness to help themselves. U.S. convoys in Africa will be rated on commercial deals struck. African Affairs Senior Bureau official Tro Fetre said in May, describing it as a new strategy for support on the internet. Wow. One that got my attention, he said, one that got my attention here is that the Secretary of the State said that the U.S. was abandoning what he called a charity-based foreign aid model and will favor those nations that demonstrate, 1, both their ability and willingness to help themselves. That is a strong statement. Could it be one of the major reasons why Nigeria is sidelined, a commercial country, a country that have the biggest markets, a black market in Africa? We have over 200 million Nigerians. You have the right market. Whatever it is, the market can absorb it. We have a big market that can absorb it. But Nigeria is not even considered. 5 countries, Nigeria is not even close to any of them. What could have been the case? And here is Bola Tinubu cap in hand, going to France, going to St. Lucia, looking for aid one way or the other, literally giving aid to show that we're a country that shows a lot of love, a lot of consideration for the foreign investors. But yet, Donald Trump didn't even think of bringing Nigeria into this whole drama. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on the fact that President Donald Trump decided to sideline the biggest, most populous black nation as against these other 5 countries, and is saying that they're going to discuss aid trade and all that, one that will win-win for them?
Well, for me, this is a pointer to the fact that we need to sit up, especially as it has to do with our security status globally. Nigeria has suffered loss of lives too often for any investor to think of coming down here to invest his hard-earned money. Nigeria, it's almost on a daily basis. We are seeing multiple cases of loss of lives. So yesterday, I saw what Peter Obi wrote, and so many people were lambasting him and all of that. He said it's like anytime you hear, we've cried the tears till the tears have dried from our eyes. because every day we wake up to new stories of people that have been taken out because of insecurity. Now, those who are in leadership position fight and conclude this whole thing of insecurity still hanging. So how would someone who has a commercial opportunity bringing around you, tomorrow I wake up and I hear all my investment has gone down the drain? So collaboration, before there will be commercial or trade collaboration between Nigeria and other countries, unilateral trade between Nigeria and, bilateral trade between Nigeria and other major countries of the world, it would take us handling this issue of insecurity. And the problem is how recurring it is. It's happening every now and then. And also the fact that, the country has been suffering a high rate of inflation for a while now. Economic opportunities are nowhere to be found. And instead of that, we see our president paying visits to places that, he alone can explain how important that his visit is to Nigerian people. Because, wherever country he went to, whatever he went to do there, nobody can actually tell. So I think that the key reason why Donald Trump decided to make that move, that's personal, is the rate of insecurity. Don't forget that there's sometimes they will alert Nigerians or alert Americans who are in Nigeria and say, this place, please don't go there. But if we can curtail it and the stories are everywhere, that's when we'll start seeing investors walk into Nigeria and you see the proof of investment everywhere.
Oh, well, I just hope that the presidency would look into this matter very seriously, because the truth be told, we can't be going cap in hand looking for investment when other countries, major countries of the world, the G5 countries, are literally calling Africa and say, look, we need to work in collaboration. Now, if we're going to do ACE model, it has to be on countries of Africa that have the capacity and the willingness to help themselves. Now, do Nigeria or Nigerians have the capacity and willingness to help themselves? We have the capacity, but are we willing to help ourselves? That's the question. Is our leaders willing to do the right thing? They know the right thing to do, but are they willing to do it? INEC knows the right thing to do when it comes to the issue of election, but are they doing the right thing? It's not a case of coming by 4 a.m. and announcing a winner when Nigerians are sleeping. It's not a case of vote buying and glitches everywhere when you know that glitches never happen in other elections, but just at the presidential election. We know the right thing to do, but we just refuse to do the right thing. Look at what is happening in Benue. The governor knows the right thing to do, but he's just playing to the gallery. We all know these things, but we are not doing it. And the world is watching. And no right-thinking investor would do anything to go into a nation that they are not even sure of the investment, or even their staff. We don't even, let's tell ourselves the truth. You can imagine how we don't even value our citizens. And the number of persons that are always going down in Benue, you have to press the president, beg him, squeeze him, cajole him, drag him before he will pay a visit or even say something about it. But he's very quick to, convey his messages outside the country. But good one to know that he actually paid his homages or his condolences to Peter Rufai, the one-time keeper of Nigeria, Super Eagles. Let's go wrap it up. Let's visit that conversation. What's your take?